The character of Boba Fett has been a fan favorite ever since he was introduced. In fact, a lot of people think he's just the coolest character ever. All the cool gadgets and of course the mystery surrounding his backstory was always something that was really like, oh man, who is this guy? It's just so cool. And then some people look at him as he's just a dude in a cool suit who died in a stupid way. They've been trying to make a Boba Fett series for like 15 years, way back when George Lucas still owned Lucasfilm. Well, now it's finally here. It's time to talk about it. The Book of Boba Fett tells the story of the legendary bounty hunter navigating the underworld of the galaxy with mercenary Fennec Shand as they return to the sands of Tatooine to stake their claim on the territory formerly ruled by the deceased crime lord Jabba the Hutt. The series stars Temeura Morrison, Ming-Na, and Jennifer Beals. As you may or may not know, I'm a bit of a Star Wars fan. Yeah, and I've always been a fan of Boba Fett. He's always been an interesting character to me, even though he had only, like 3 lines in the original trilogy. He's always been a character that was always interesting because my imagination would just run wild with all of his backstory, right? Like, who is he? Where did he come from? All of those things. I've always liked Boba Fett for that reason, because sometimes the mystery is better than just being shown it. Sometimes. Now, I guess we'll be talking spoilers, but I'll be honest with you. If you're a fan of Star Wars, if you're a fan of Boba Fett, and maybe you were a fan as a kid, I guarantee you've probably spent, I don't know, at least 5 minutes thinking about what would happen if Boba Fett could actually survive. A lot of this episode is surprisingly about that. The show starts with Boba in a bacta tank, and we see visions of things from his past. A flash of Kamino, what looks like an alternate take from Attack of the Clones showing Boba holding Jango's helmet, and then surprisingly going right into him escaping from the Sarlacc. The Jawas strip him of his armor, and then the Tuscan Raiders find him and take him back to their camp. He's accosted by the young ones as the elders watch. He then tries to escape and to take the Rodian with him, but he sounds the alarm and they recapture him. Fennec awakens him, and Boba sits on the throne while different citizens pay tribute to him. One of them a representative of the mayor who threatens him. 2 Gamorrean guards that serve Jabba and Bib Fortuna join his ranks. They all go to visit Garsa Fwip, the owner of a pub or house of pleasure, and she gives him tribute. After leaving, they're attacked, and Boba is injured. Fennec chases down one of the attackers for questioning. Upon his return into the bacta tank, Boba's flashback story continues, showing one of the young raiders taking him away from camp. They see what appears to be pirates robbing a homesteader. The young raider then makes him and the Rodian dig for water pods. A sand beast attacks them and Boba takes him out. Upon return to the camp, the young one takes credit for the slaying of the beast, but the elder shows Boba respect by giving him one of the water pods. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I feel like this episode was a bit underwhelming. For a start, it's not bad. It just felt a little slow to me. It felt a little slow and plotting. I don't really understand the choice of starting out with him escaping from the Sarlacc. I mean, I guess to some people that is perfect. That's a perfect way to, sort of get you caught up with what Boba Fett's had to do all this time. But I don't know. It just felt weird to me. And honestly, there wasn't anything that made me go, "Oh, that was interesting. Oh, I'd never thought of that." I mean, it's exactly how I would have imagined he would have gotten out of it. So that was, I guess, a bit disappointing because it was exactly what I thought. And then, of course, we know that the Jawas took his armor. We know that that somehow he got away from there. We just didn't know how. And then we see shot after shot after shot of them walking in the desert. Why? If there's anything I learned from watching The Office, it's why do 3 shot when 1 shot do trick? Yeah, I know that it's silly, but it really is sort of an editing thing. I feel like it just feels like it's padded. It feels like this episode is padded for some reason. It feels like maybe they said, okay, we've got a good solid 6 episodes, and Disney Plus was like, we need 7. Do 7, and they're like, okay, Well, I guess we can just take a lot of time, showing all of the walking in the deserts of Tatooine. I mean, I guess we could do that. I guess this is sort of, I don't know. It's almost punctuated by the fact that when I'm making my notes for this review, it just seemed like, wow, that's really all that happened. We didn't really learn a whole lot here. Now, this might sound like, oh, I hate this. This is just terrible. No, it's not terrible. It just seems padded. It seems very drawn out. I just don't understand the point of some of these shots and some of these sequences. And I'd be really curious if anybody knows the name of this sand beast, this thing that almost looks like it's ripped straight out of, I don't know, it's like a mixture of Goro from Mortal Kombat and something from Ray Harryhausen. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. It didn't drive the story forward. I guess what it is I'm just really surprised that we spent so much time in the flashbacks, right? In what happened before. I sort of expected a story that was more focused on the present day, right? The present story, not his past. So I'm sort of curious. I'm sort of interested what other people think about it. I mean, I saw early reactions last night, I guess this morning, when the episode released. There were people that were like, "Oh man, this was awesome. This is exactly what I wanted." And then there's some people going, "I was bored. What is this? Why is it taking so long to do things?" I mean, I'm somewhere in between. I mean, I was a little bit underwhelmed by the episode, but not like, it's not like I'm not going to watch it. I mean, I own multiple Boba Fett shirts and I love Star Wars. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be watching it. I don't know. I just kind of wanted a little bit more. So why don't you let me know what you think down below? We'll discuss it because I plan on doing this every episode. I'm gonna do a review on it because it's fun. It's fun to do it. I've got the time to do it, and yeah, it's a good time. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.